crime in our community.
I've read recently that the state is looking to provide more revenue for safety resources. Specifically, they mentioned Flint, Saginaw, Pontiac. Are you aware of any of these funds being generated, or can we look forward to maybe more officers on the street this year?
Well, certainly with what President Obama announced in his State of the Union, and with what the Attorney General's talking about right now in the state of Michigan, and I think the governor's commitment around public safety, I think we're in position to get some of those resources here in the city of Flint. I can tell you the state police have already offered that. They have been working for more than a year in the city. I believe that if we do the partnership right, we can expand that presence and work with our city police officers and try to respond better, because we know we're not responding like we need to. Okay.
My name is George Powell, and I'm concerned about the section.
George, were you up before?
And I got in line again.
Okay.
There was nobody back there. Oh, let me say something to you. Section 3 certification. I'm not going to be here a long time. Went out and got hundreds of people signed up for the program. What did they do? Snatch the rug out from under our feet. We can put some people on the street tomorrow. Environmental cleaning, janitorial services and stuff. Are you going to reenact that program so we can have some kids from 5th Avenue back? Put some people on the street and look like me and her out there.
Okay.
What are you going to do about that program?
We're going to look at options to get young people involved, I can tell you that, and working in this community.
Section 3 is dead? Oh, thank you.
Good.
My name is Barry Williams, and I'm a retired police officer. I have some suggestions, and one of them is, why can't we bring back some of the officers that have retired? I know the chief can't bring them back, but maybe you can. And secondly, when police officers will be hired, because there's some money that's up there and the governor is it's going to come down. But we want to make sure that we hire officers or people that lives in this community. Okay? And what I mean by living in this community, I mean, we don't want a young man who passed the academy and he lives in Pontiac or he lives in Saginaw, then he comes to Flint, he takes our job. But his care is not necessary for Flint. His breed is not necessary for Flint. So I'm just asking, when that come down, that we make sure that our young men and women here in the city of Flint gets those police jobs. Secondly, to help the police officers out, when they make an arrest, on the average, it takes 2 hours or more of that officer's time to leave a report. I'm just asking, maybe we need more stenographers to do that police officer's report. He can put it on a tape, and he's back on the street. About 2 hours, he'll be back on the street instead of inside doing a report.
Good points, Barry. Thank you.
My name is Mark Tolbert, made in Flint, and very proud of it.
Hi, my name is Chantoria Brown, and I attend Carmen Ainsworth High School. One reason I like Flint is because I was born here and raised here, so I love it a lot. Made in Flint, and I'm proud of it.
Mr. Brown. My name is Jeremy Royer from Kettering University, and my question is in regards to transparency.
All right, Dawn's just reminded me we've got about 10 minutes left, and so I would say if you've been in line and already asked a question, please yield to those that are in line that haven't. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No problem. Good evening, Mr. Brown. My name is Jeremy Royer from Kettering University.
Okay.
The question is regarding transparency along with the Freedom of Information Act of 1976. I would like to know how your office is making available to the people every conversation, every idea, every document that you are doing while in office.
Okay, again, we will respond to any FOIA request that comes. I know I had one from the last meeting, and we'll share information. Obviously, every meeting that I have, I mean, I don't know that any unit of government makes available every meeting that takes place in a municipality or county government. But anytime there's action taken, that's why those orders are issued, resolutions, those are going to be shared with the public. The plan of action is shared with the public, and we'll be amending that as we go forward. We'll share that with the public. So we're going to make every effort to be as transparent as we can.
Thank you. It's just the point that instead of being a reactionary society, it would be best to have the information before a decision is made, so therefore we can be proactive rather than realizing a bad decision has been made and then have to react to something we can't even take in consideration.
Well, and one of the reasons I'm having these meetings is to share some of that information, and this won't be the only meeting for this ward. As we go forward, we will share some of these decisions as we go.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
All right.
Good evening, Mr. Brown. I'm Bishop Bernadette Jefferson from Faith Deliverance Center on the East Side. And not only am I representing the East Side, but I've been an active member and worker of this community for over 20-something years. I have several questions, and one is one that has been hit on all night. I'd like to make a statement. There are pastors in this community that are willing to work and make a difference in this community. Next, the crime in this community, and I asked Chief, and I'm asking you, there are concentrated areas where there are crime all day long, and we the people are willing to work together for our community so that we'll be able to come out and not be afraid. We have to have a plan devised by we the people, not just those 100 and something officers, because it's not enough, and they can't do it by themselves. So we need to work together on a plan that's going to work for all of us. Like he said, they call and they can't come. There's not enough people to come, but there's enough people in our communities to work together to say that, okay, there's crime concentrated on this one street. What we're going to do?
Okay, I couldn't agree with you more that we need the citizens, and institutions of faith in particular can play a significant role, and Chief Locke will work with you, I'll work with you. Okay.
There's also been another plan instituted by our President of the United States about the recovery for those that have lost automobile jobs and plants. Jay Williams from Ohio is the one that has been in charge. Are we yet working with him in order to recover jobs, to do something to make jobs available in our community? The plan has already been instituted by our President, President Barack Obama. Now we have to tap into that and get with those people that have been designated to do that. And so if you don't have his information, I do. And he was put in place in order to do recovery for automobile jobs that have been lost. And if anybody qualifies, I think Genesee County does.
Sure. All right, thanks.
Good evening, Mr. Brown.
Hello.
My name is Raul Garcia. I live in the city of Flint. My main concern here tonight is, again, public safety with the fire department. I recently retired from the fire department for two reasons. One is the lack of manpower that we have, and two, the upcoming termination of the grant, the SAFER grant that we have. My question to you is, what have we done or what are we doing to hopefully continue this program?
Well, actually, as we speak, we're going to apply for the next round of the SAFER grant, but there's no guarantees on getting that. And as you know, because of our revenues going down, we've had to lay off firefighters, police officers, and other city workers. Back in 2001, we had 1,500 city workers. Now we've got 750. So it isn't like our city officials haven't tried to balance this budget. But again, that tax base keeps going down and the cost keeps going up. So we've got to find ways to do business differently.
The grant opened up on January 30th. I've been trying to get into your office for the last 2 to 3 weeks because I knew it was coming open. I've been in contact with FEMA, the International Association of Firefighters, and I know that we've got a great shot at getting reissued another 2 years, approximately $7 million.
All right, Raul, what I would tell you is Liz Murphy, is Liz here? Liz is back right here, and she's working on that, and she'll definitely take your contact information, and we'll take your ideas, okay?
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Joe Tolbert, and I'm here because I am a volunteer at our local senior center in this area right here. And I'd like to know if, as a preface, if you can tell me the percentage of the population in this city that is senior citizens. Just off the top of your head.
I don't know.
50%? It's pretty high.
It's high.
It's high.
And it's moving in that direction that we have more senior citizens.
Yes, and what I think is that I think we need to keep the people here that we have. We've lost a lot of people in the city, and the seniors, they have property here, and they can't hardly, or it's probably improbable for them to try and sell their property in order to move. So they're stuck here. So what I'm here to talk about is how we are taking care of our senior citizens, because we have lost revenue through mismanagement to our senior citizen center. And I'm going to make this brief, I know, but I've been waiting for everyone